We have the fastest toys, and unfortunately couldn't close the deal. But everything we learned there will definitely carry here. We don't have, and hopefully that'll stick today.
Well, Calvin and Dorsey, they're talking a lot about strategy in the very short lap time here at Lime Rock. How's that going to affect your pit strategy for the day?
Quite a bit. I mean, my guys are pumped. They know
the car is going to do right now. The track temperature is higher. The ambient.
Well, guys, checking in more on the 57. Initially, Mike Johnson said that they were just sleeping on the start, but it sounds like something is wrong with the Stevenson Pontiac. They were initially going through the fuel pumps trying to figure out.
Throw an interesting one into the mix about this car we ride with now. It's number 70 Speed Source Mazda. Dave Haskell was telling me earlier today, we may have to base our strategy around how our car is looking after our tires, not necessarily the primary one, which is fuel all the time. Later on today, will we see another historic Lally comeback drive?
The 54.9, Kelly did a 56.1 in traffic, but you're plus 4.5, plus 4.5.
You're watching Grand Am on Speed. We welcome you back, and we apologize once again for those technical dramas just before the last commercial break, but we're all good now. Smooth sailing up front for Nick Ham. Is 4 seconds in the lead in his Speed Source Mazda RX-8. 4 cautions last year.
Much warmer day. We talked about that earlier in the race, and the pressure's now really going up on these.
Some 20 points out of the leader. That, speaking of Mazda, we go on board the Castrol Syntec number 70 with Sylvain Tremblay. Could not have started the year in a better way, winning the Rolex 24 in the GT class. And let's hear more from this team. Here's Brian.
Well, Nick Ham, such a great job in qualifying, and then you took that little Mazda to the point, led some laps here today before handing it over to Sylvain. The magic that you guys found at Laguna, is it back a little bit? Do you have enough to win here at Lime Rock?
I think so, yeah. I think that we didn't have the strongest car, but some of the guys ahead of me had problems, and Kelly's always very...
House Motorsports, and Sylvain Tremblay. Sylvain is right behind him in 4th place. And then the first of the Porsches is Dirk Werner in 5th, but he is quite a ways back behind Sylvain.
And this is what you see at Lime Rock Park quite often, a bunch of cars running together, because what happens is...
You do a full service, you will lose at least a lap. Again, Magnussen essentially had almost a lap on the 07 when he made the pit stop, so he'll still be on the lead lap, but a lot further behind.
All right, let's hear from Mags now.
And Magnussen just cooling off a little bit, getting a drink of water.
Here, once again, it's still understeer, and that's frustrating. With this Pirelli tire, it's a little bit taller than the Porsches ran last year. And that's upset their dynamic ride height is a little bit higher.
Real good job.
They're having trouble getting weight onto the front end of the car to make the tires work.
Get that feedback right there. That's really good stuff. Nick Ham getting tutored along, not really tutored, but it keeps your head in the game is what it does, when you have a guy talk you through it like that.
Particularly when you're suffering physically. Sylvain explained that the helmet blower wasn't working. Nick talked about the smoke inside the helmet when he did his first stint, so you really need someone to keep giving you the lap times, keep walking you through it.
Keep you focused, absolutely. Makes such a big difference.
Fresh from Florida on board here inside the 70. Wonderful pictures, great audio, and we're in the final laps, just a little over 20 to go.
Like Paul Edwards, he's really been on his game this year. And of course, he has the support of Kelly Collins, who's a stellar driver as well. So the two boys are working well together, getting the job done, being patient. Kelly drove very patiently in the early laps.
2 solid weeks.
Excellent job.
Team, awesome performance. A win eluded them last week. They're on the podium, though.